series of compiler design. I am your instructor Kinjal Patel, and the topics to be covered in this lecture are parameter passing methods, symbol table, and data structures for a symbol table. So first, parameter passing methods. So there are two types of parameter. First one is formal parameter and second one is actual parameter. And based on these parameters, there are various parameter passing methods. The common methods are call by value, call by reference, copy restore, and call by name. So we'll learn all these methods in detail. So first technique is call by value. So this is the simplest method of parameter passing. The call by value method of passing arguments to a function copies the actual value of the argument into formal parameter of the function. So the operations on formal parameter do not change the value of a parameter. Means whenever we perform the operation on formal parameters, then it will not change the value of actual parameter. Then next technique is call by reference. So in this technique we are giving the reference of that value. Means we are not directly passing that value, we are just giving the reference of that value. So this method is also called the call by address or call by location. Means if there is no left hand side of particular variable, then we will directly assign the address or the location of that variable. And if there is any left hand side of particular variable, then we'll pass that variable. For example, there is one expression that x equals to x plus 1. So we won't pass the value x plus 1, we'll give the reference of its left hand side, which is x. But there is only variable x, then we'll directly give the address or the location of that variable x. So the call by reference method passing argument to a function copies the address of an argument into formal parameter. So inside the function, the address is used to access the actual argument used in the call. It means the changes made to the parameter affects the pass argument. Means if we are using call by reference, then the change in the formal parameter will affect the actual parameter. Third technique is copy restore. So this method is a hybrid version of call by value and call by reference. So this method is also known as a copy in, copy out, or the values result. So the calling procedure calculates the value of actual parameter and it then copies to activation record for the called procedure. During the execution of a called procedure, the actual parameter's value will not get affected. So if the actual parameter has L value, then return the value of formal parameter is copied to the actual parameter. And last technique is call by name. So this is less popular method of parameter passing techniques because its procedure is treated like a macro. So the procedure body is substituted for a call in caller with actual parameters substituted for formals. So the local names of call procedure and names of calling procedure are distinct. And the actual parameters can be surrounded by parentheses to preserve their integrity. Now these are the four techniques which we have learned for a parameter passing. Now next is a symbol table. So symbol table is used to store the information of variables. So it is a data structure used by compiler to keep track of semantics of a variable. So symbol table is a built-in lexical and syntax analysis phases. So the items to be stored in symbol table are variable names, constant, procedure names, function names, literal constants and string, compiler generated temporaries. So the labels in a source language. So these are the information which we can use in a symbol table to store. Now next is the data structures for symbol table. So there are four data structures which we can use for a symbol table. First one is a list data structure, that the name can be stored with the help of starting index and length of each name. Linear list is the simplest kind of mechanism to implement the symbol table. So in this method, array is used to store the names and associated information, and new names can be added in the order they arrive. So the list data structure using array is given below. So here you can see that the variable name and its information is stored in linear list. So the search will be also follow the linear search algorithm. So whenever the new names will be added, it will be added in the order they are arrived, and whenever we want to retrieve any information, then they will also be retrieved in the linear search manner. That if we want to find the name n, then we'll start from the name 1, so we'll perform the linear search, and finally whenever the name n arrive, we can search that variable. Now next data structure is self-organizing list. So to avoid the problem of linear list, that if there is one variable which is at the last, then we can retrieve that after searching the whole list. So to avoid the time complexity, the space organizing list is, so to avoid the time complexity, self-organizing list is used. This symbol table implementation is using linked list. So link field is added to each record. We search the record in the order pointed by the link of the link field. So the pointer first is maintained to point to first record of the symbol table. So here is the name and its information. Now here pointer first is maintained to point the first record of the symbol table. So we'll link the format which is after that variable. So the variable which are used mostly in the program, that will be linked after the name 1. So if particular variable is used multiple times, then it will be linked on the top, so we can find it easily whenever that variable comes. Okay, so here we are listing or we are linking these variables according to the timing in which variable comes in the program. Now next data structure is binary tree. So when the organization symbol table is by means of binary tree, the node structure will as follows, that there are two child in the binary tree, left child and right child. So left child stores the address of previous symbol and right child field stores the address of next symbol. So the symbol field is used to store the name of the symbols. So each variable has the information of its previous child and its next child, means the previous symbol and the next symbol. So the information is used to give the information about the symbol. So in binary tree we can find the symbol easily because each symbol has the information of its previous and next symbol. But in binary tree the space complexity high because each variable has the information of its previous and its next child. So the space complexity is high but time complexity is less because all the variables has is information of its previous and next child. So here is the structure of binary tree, that the left child stores the value of symbols and the right child is also stores the value of the symbols and then the symbols and its information. So in this way the information will be stored. Now last data structure is hash table. So in hashing scheme two tables are maintained, hash table and symbol table. So hash table consists of the k entries from 0, 1 up to k minus 1. These entries are basically pointers to the symbol table pointing to the names of symbol table. So to determine whether the name is in symbol table, we use a hash function h such as such that h will be result any integer between 0 to k minus 1. So using hash table we can search any name by its hash value, or we can say the position. So using this position we can obtain the exact location of the name in the symbol table. So in hash table we can directly retrieve the value by hash value. We need not to perform the any searching algorithm. So advantage of hashing is a quick search is possible, and the disadvantage is that hashing is complicated to implement. So the most popular one technique is hash table, which is the quick searching algorithm because it is using the hash value. So using hash value we can directly retrieve the name which we want to retrieve. So in this lecture, we have learned different parameter passing methods and different data structures of symbol table. Thank you.